Happy New
Year!
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Son of a... Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there you go. Who's cleaning that up?
Yeah. Well, we will.
Yeah, exactly.
If our director Joe has anything to say about it. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to 2024.
2024 already. That's crazy.
The only time you're going to see us dressed up like this.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ready for a night out on the town.
Well, hopefully you already had a night out on the town.
You can have another night out on the town. It doesn't matter.
We're feeling a little peakish, yes, from the previous evening. How was your New Year's?
It was good. How are you?
Yeah, good. We had some time off. Friends and family.
Much needed.
Just you with yes, exactly. Much needed. Yeah, I know everybody always tries to do. They do so much to get ready for just a couple of days off. They have to work like 5 or 6 times as hard just to do that, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations. You made it.
Yes.
We are here to 2024, and everybody's still standing.
We're okay. We're okay. You're probably getting those goals and resolutions in order. Maybe you have some things that you want to accomplish this year. Guess what? True. Anything's possible. And with that said, it is a new year edition of Morning Mix. So we have a lot of inspiration that we want to kind of shed this episode. We have some lovely ladies in the house, and we have a little sweet treat for you as well.
Oh, yes, yes. We call it $1 million dessert is what I'd like to. Yes,
yeah.
Can I just say, we didn't even talk to each other about what we were going to wear. We just match.
This just happens naturally nowadays, though. Cliff used to wake up and see what I was wearing in the morning news, and then he just stopped doing that. And
I don't wake up as early anymore. That's why.
Now he rolls in, and it's just like we're in sync. So this really worked out. Yeah, I like our colors.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, friend.
Almost 2 years now doing this show. Isn't that nuts?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Time is flying.
Boy, is it.
So 2 years with you watching Morning Mix at home. So thank you to all of our viewers. We appreciate you because you are helping this show go on.
Okay. We wouldn't be here without you.
Yes.
So, yes.
So with
our
that
New
said,
Year's gift.
Keep watching the show so we can continue doing what we're doing.
Exactly.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Do we really need to put these back on?
I really like them. You don't have to, but
They're
I like
so
it.
smart. I don't even know which side is right. Oh, okay. I think I had them all wrong the first time. Oh, that's so much better.
Did you have them upside down?
I couldn't even tell you. We'll have to go back to the replay on that. So much going on here, of course, yes. Now, it's now that we're back. Christmas, holidays are done. It's a brand new year. You got a lot of shipments. I'm sure you got a lot of presents, especially from Amazon. Well, how about this? Amazon is tipping your delivery driver for the holiday season. It's a program that they launched last year. So with each thank you that you send, Amazon will send $5 to that driver for the first 2 million thank yous with no charge to the customer. So here's how you do it. If you have Alexa, you can tell Alexa to thank your driver on any Alexa device.
Or search for Thank My Driver on Amazon's website or mobile shopping app. The driver who did your most recent delivery will be notified of your appreciation and get $5 at no cost to you.
Very nice.
So once the 2 million thank yous and $5 tips have been given out, you can still thank your driver the same way all year, just without the free tip.
I don't know if they've hit that number yet.
Oh, I don't know, but I do know that Alexa keeps asking me if I want to thank my driver.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, then there you go.
I'm assuming that they're still trying to hit that mark.
Here's the big thing, the takeaway. It's not your $5. It's Jeff Bezos' $5. So you can use his $5.
And they deserve it too because they're working extra hard this holiday season. And of course, you have all of the helpers that volunteer their time to help out with the drivers. So it's a busy time. Okay, so let's think about them. And again, you're right, no cost to you.
Yeah, really, all of the delivery drivers, not just Amazon, but
exactly.
everybody too. So yeah, thanks. Appreciate it much. Let's look back here on 23. I mean, you kind of just put it off your shoulder, right? For 2023, it was good for a lot of people. It was bad for a lot of people. Also, researching for a lot of people too. Let's look back at the top searches for Google. So 2023, year in search on Monday. Here's a few of the results. The war in Israel and Gaza topped last year's list of news trends in the U.S. and globally.
Then you have Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills safety who suffered a devastating injury last January. topped the list of trending people and athletes. Barbie and Oppenheimer were the year's top trending movies. And the list also highlighted some of the people we lost this year. Tina Turner, Matthew Perry, and Sinead O'Connor.
Honestly, I've seen that list. It feels like Tina's been gone longer. It feels like she died in 2022 or something. But,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, Sinead O'Connor as well.
We lost a lot of people.
But yeah, those are your top searches for Google. You might have searched for some of those. No surprise that Barbie and Oppenheimer were up there.
Yes.
The Barbieheimer.
Barbenheimer, yeah. I feel like we were talking about that for a while. So.
Well, obviously we still are.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with a part 2 to Barbie or something.
Barbieheimer Part 2. I don't know if you're going to make a sequel to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I was going to say Oppenheimer. I'm not too sure, but Barbie.
I
Probably.
just jinxed it. Never say never. I'm sure they're going to come out with something.
Okay, listen to this. More than half of the nation's employees say they're stressed at work, but a new survey finds that some jobs are more draining than others. The 2023 report from Mental Health America's Mind the Workplace listed the top 10 most stressful jobs. It includes judges, healthcare workers, including nurses and doctors, your general phone and 911 operators. Yeah, they're probably at the top. Film and video editors and retail sales supervisors.
They've obviously never worked at a TV station. The job with the highest stress score, urologist. I'm just going to leave that right there. Workers in unhealthy work environments reported higher rates of psychological distress that leads to mental health concerns. Last year, 81% of workers reported that workplace stress affects their mental health, and that's up a bit from 2021, everybody coming back from working at home. About 3/4 of workers said that workplace stress affects their relationships as well. Again, apparently they hadn't worked at a TV station. So.
Very interesting.
Yes.
And I can't get over the 911 operators. And I say that too because I watch a lot of movies, right? And sometimes it has to deal with the 911 operators. And I mean, the calls that they get.
Can you
imagine? The training that you have to go through and just know what to do on the fly. I mean, someone's life is in your hands, and that kind of goes back to the health workers too. I always told my mom that was one thing. I think that's the reason why I didn't get into the healthcare business, because I just don't like to have someone's life kind of in my hands in that capacity.
True.
But thank you to those who do, because, I mean, you're saving lives.
They're the true first responder. Yeah. They're the ones that hear that first. Now, for one job, 2023 wasn't that bad, especially if you run a wine vineyard. So A.J. Greeley in charge of making wine at Hark Vineyards. The rows are empty now because the grapes have been harvested and moved inside. She said the weather is phenomenal, very little disease, very little pest pressure, pretty outstanding across the board. And she said despite a little bit of rain, the grapes off the vine are great, very nice. And if you're a wine person?
I say, why not?
Yes.
Where's our nearest vineyard?
I know there used to be one in Montmorency. There's one in Johnson.
Oh my goodness, yes. I went to
3-Star
that.
Vineyard.
3-Star Vineyard, thank you.
Happy New Year's, 3-Star. So
Yes.
check that out.
They
So
were
yeah,
great.
if you're running a vineyard, you're not doing too bad. You're not doing too bad at all. So leads us to our social question here today. And I didn't even ask you this. Do you have any resolutions?
You know, I didn't think really hard about this. I'm probably going to fall in this category of a lot of people, but mine is not necessarily working out, but it has to do more on the health side. I want to watch kind of what I eat and eat a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to work on that, and I'm sure there's a lot more personal goals I have. But what is one of your top?
A little less. I'll give the kidneys a little break for the year. But also, better fitness, I think, overall. Just the fact, getting older, not getting any younger. You got to keep the machine rolling, you know? So yeah, probably more fitness. We've had a number of people on over the last number of weeks talking about fitness and resolutions. We're going to have more here on this morning, so you can take a listen to that, about the best ways to do that. But I think overall, just better fitness. And also spending a bit more time with the family, whether that's even over the phone or in person too. Yeah, definitely got to be more familial, I think. I think that would be my resolution. What's yours? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? You can let us know on our Facebook page. It's Morning Mix WRDW. Would love to see what some of the other people are going to be doing out there. At least try to do it. We know usually kind of ramps down around March-ish. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we've mentioned this before, but that's okay because even if you go downhill just a little bit, you can always pick back up on that wagon and keep going. So if you fall off your goal or your resolution, don't feel bad. It happens to the best of us because I know I've done it before, but I just have to remind myself patience is key. And you can always start again. And if you need to step back a little bit, that's fine. But just know you can pick back up.
Don't be your own worst critic.
Yes, okay. And if you're still thinking about your New Year resolution, that's okay. We have more segments this show that might give you some inspiration.
That's
okay.
Right. Tune in.
Coming up, it's a new year and you may be trying to make a new you. We have a licensed therapist in the Mix Studios telling us about how to set those empowering resolutions. That's next here on Morning Mix. You're watching Morning Mix. It's a new year and you may be looking to make a new you by setting goals and taking steps toward self-care. We have great advice and tips for you as you head into 2024, right? And begin working on yourself. Licensed therapist Dr. Radisha Brown is in with us this morning. She has all of the answers.
I hope I do. Hey guys.
Dr. Radisha, nice to
Welcome
have
to 2024.
you. Yes, it's 2024.
Happy first guest of 2024.
All right,
Yes.
bring it on.
I didn't even think about that. The pressure, okay, the pressure. All right, so 2024, we're stepping into the new year. What advice do you have for people looking to set bold and empowering resolutions that just truly resonate with our authentic self?
Absolutely. So 2024 is all about being bold. And the B in bold stands for being your authentic self. So often we try to adjust our lives, try to adjust who we are to meet other people's expectations of us. And so B in bold is all about being your authentic self. The O in bold is about owning your narrative, right? Because so often people try to pinhole you, put you in boxes, say you're supposed to do this, look this way, be this person. So we're going to own our narrative in 2024, right? And so L is about living on purpose. Living with purpose. And so often as a licensed therapist, I see folks that feel like, hey, what's my purpose in life? What am I doing? And I often have to remind them that you were uniquely created for this role and that your life has purpose. Even though you feel challenged, experience trauma sometimes, but you have purpose. And D is all about doing it anyway, right? You're going to probably have like 10 reasons why I can't do these things, 10 obstacles, 10 negative thoughts that probably have come to mind as you're watching this right now. But you're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it afraid. You're going to do it unsure, but you're going to do it anyway. So 2024 is all about being bold in our lives, bold in our relationships, bold in our work expectations as well.
Speaking of relationships, just like I said a couple minutes ago, building healthy relationships,
Right.
a resolution for a lot of people, whether it's family or friends. What are those steps that our viewers and we can take to make sure that you've got a strong and supportive connection?
Right. And I always give this advice to every couple I see. In order to have a healthy union, you have to come to the table as a healthy individual. Right? It is very easy to name all the things the other person is doing wrong. Oh, I need you to be more loving. I need you to be more attentive to my needs. I need you to help around the house. But it's often really difficult for us to see ourselves in the issues we bring to the table and the challenges we have as individuals. And so in order to have a healthy partnership, we have to be healthy individuals. So that self-care is really important. Your mental health is so important. As you guys talked about earlier, stress at work, stress at home, it affects us in every aspect of our lives. And so healthy partnership, whether it's romantic or family relationships, require healthy individuals.
And you just mentioned this, but self-care, it's something that we can oftentimes neglect, right? But you just said it's important, it's essential. So can you provide some suggestions on what we can do to give us that self-care?
Absolutely. And as soon as you say self-care, people often think about like vacations and these things that we have to plan. But self-care really really at the heart of self-care is about those daily decisions we make to care for ourselves, to give ourselves grace. And so two tips I would give everybody that is really important for us to do is, one, loving yourself more. When you wake up in the morning, taking those deep breaths, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. I love you, I love you, saying that 5 times. And the other thing is about gratitude, right? Because self-care starts up in the mind. It starts with our intentions. It starts with what do we want for ourselves that then affects other relationships in our lives. And so if we start with caring for ourselves, giving ourselves a lot of grace, loving ourselves more deeply and more intentionally, it will impact every aspect of our lives, everything from relationships to jobs to all the things that you do in your life.
We're running out of time here in just a second, but I
Yes.
do want to bring up real quick, imposter syndrome.
Yes.
What is imposter syndrome, and how can you move past it?
Right. So imposter syndrome, really at the heart of it, talks about just doubting your ability. Second guessing your purpose, second guessing the work that you do. Like as a therapist saying, well, I'm not really good at what I do. Why would people come and see me? And so we often experience that because life is life, and sometimes we experience self-doubt. So one is to understand you're not alone. Right? Because we often feel alone in our journeys and our struggles, but you're not alone. And being intentional and reminding yourself that you are here for a purpose, and that is your purpose, and working and navigating that journey.
Well said. Good words, and a great way to kick off the year.
Absolutely.
I feel empowered.
Right. Yeah. Walking bold everything.
Just look at the camera and go, I love you.
Yeah, every day.
5 times.
5 times. 5 times is the magic number.
Okay. Dr. Radisha, thank you so much. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Appreciate
Happy
you.
New Year.
All right, so one of the big things in 2024 for many is making sure they're more money-minded. But how do you start? Our financial friend Will Rogers has some tips to get this year off to a good start, and that is next here on Morning Mix. All right, part of our New Year's special, we are joined by certified financial planner Will Rogers for a special discussion about getting 2024 off to a good financial start. And Happy New Year's, Will. It's good to see you.
Happy New Year, off to a fresh start, and you know, following up on our past guests, you want to make life better for yourself, and money is often the tool that you use to enhance yourself.
Money can't buy happiness, but it can take you some part of the way.
Yeah, well, and it can, you might have some bad stuff going on. It can turn what would have been a catastrophe into just a bad day.
Okay.
So let's talk about this. How can you get in those good intentions to good actions?
Well, one of the very first things you want to do is really envision your future, and what does it want to look like, where brainstorm a little bit and kind of have some of that spaghetti you throw against the wall on what that might be, and consider what your future will look like in 2025, in 2030, in 2040. If you've got that vision of your 5 and 10-year goals laid out, then your goals are going to flow from the life you want to live.
Okay, good suggestions there. So let's kind of take it back. What's your first suggestion?
Well, first suggestion is to be specific. You know, as we're looking at this, you want to identify your goals, and you want to put some dollars to them and a time frame. So if you've got I want to do better, or I want to have more money. No, that's difficult to have. I want to have X dollars more. I want to have so much saved, and by when. And I encourage this to be step goals. So I want so much in the first quarter, so much by 4th of July, so much by Labor Day, so much by the end of the year.
Okay.
All right, so what goal should you tackle first if you're making your steps? What's that first goal?
So as you're looking at them, one of the things I encourage folks to do is some of the here and now goals, and the easier ones. And the reason for this is it gives you that psychological boost of, oh, hey, I did this. And you're able to check one off the list, get some momentum going, and recognize that the tough ones may take some work and some discipline. But I know the folks that have the toughest goals first often get discouraged. If you start small, you can build on your success, and then you can have your short-term goals that you do the immediate, the 5-year, and then your really long-term ones. But it is up to you to prioritize. You pick what you want to do, but I think starting with an easy layup's a good way to start.
You're running the ship.
I think so. Start easy, start small.
Yes.
So what if you get into all of this and you think this isn't just how I thought it would go?
And that's a psychological challenge that we're trying to build through, and a good bit of it is just trying to retrain your brain, where as you have these challenges, recognize them, know them, and try to create the framework for your success. So if you've got your savings set up automatically, if you've got the investment rebalancing to be done automatically, if you've got your record keeping done automatically, that takes a lot of the thinking off, but there may be just having a new way of looking at it.
Let's go back real quick and just talk about documenting. How are you going to document your choices and your goals there?
You know, as you're looking at document your goals, you want to have a visual reminder of them, and it might be a spreadsheet. It might be where you write them down. One of the things that we were talking beforehand is changing the screensaver on your phone or the lock, or just write down the big goals you have or the habits. So every time, there's my reminder. Maybe doing that with your desktop at work, but there's tips and tricks that are out there.
Officer thinking, that's a pretty good idea.
Okay, I like that. Is there any last minute things our viewers should know?
Recognize that it's a dynamic world. So there might be some things that change, and you'll need to adjust and adapt as you're going forward. But if you're saving for a goal, say it's for a down payment of a car, and you're building up this money, and all of a sudden you realize you don't need the car, but you want to go to Disney World. Nowhere on that money does it say for a car only. You can transfer the money that you've saved into other goals. Money's very flexible. If you're paying down debt, that gives up a lot of flexibility. So recognize there's going to be some changes, but keep working at it. And again, I said earlier, automate. If you can have your savings increase automatically, the money going in automatically, that is some of the best things. And then finally, when you hit those milestones, reward yourself. It might be a walk in the park, it might be dinner, but give yourself a little pat on the back.
Well said, well said. And I think a lot of people need to realize it's never too late to start.
That's right.
Building up your finances.
Yes.
All right.
And one of those things, if you fall off, you can pick back up. Okay?
Absolutely, too.
Thanks, Will. We appreciate it.
Hey, Happy New Year.
All right.
We're headed to the kitchen for 2024. And of course, guess what? We're making a dessert, $1 million dessert. In fact, that's next here on Morning Mix. Well, the holidays wouldn't be complete without celebrating with a sweet treat, right? And hopefully you did that over the weekend. We have our friend Katrina Golden with Lil Mama Sweets and Treats in the kitchen with a great dessert for us this morning.
Hey.
Hi, friend.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, another year with you. We're so happy to have you in here.
I know. Today we are making $1 million pie, since we all want to make sure that we have $1 million. And this is not necessarily the way to get it, but it'll make you feel good in the meantime.
Hey, a good tradition, a good resolution, and
Yep.
you got a lot of stuff here on the counter. How are we going to get this baby started?
Well, it's all one bowl. So it doesn't take a whole lot of extra, steps or anything. And you're gonna start with 1 can of your condensed milk, half a cup of pineapples. I've got a little bit more because I like stuff being sweet. Some lemon juice. Okay.
All right.
And some pecans, or however you want to put that. Okay, and you're going to mix this all up together. And then once you do that, you're going to put 2 of these 8-ounce things of whipped topping. And Zane and I were talking.
Now you better step back. You're in the New Year's dress here.
Yeah, I'm not going to, I promise you,
I'll catch whatever's thrown my way.
I'm not going to splash anything, because I know you may have to take stuff to the cleaners afterwards if I did.
I'll clean it myself.
So now, is this the time where I lick the batter?
I was going to say
And
that.
in a minute.
Okay, good.
So you're gonna put these in there, and this is what they call like an icebox pie. Back in the day, stop moving. Back in the day, people didn't always have the opportunity. Didn't always have the opportunity to bake everything.
Right.
So they wanted something that would be, they could make and put in what they call the ice box. We call it a refrigerator. And once you mix it together, you put it in some graham cracker crusts, and you stick it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. And through a couple hours later, you have something that's quite yummy.
This smells so good. So this
this is a lot of whipped
Inexpensive
cream.
and easy to make, and it tastes like $1 million.
And it does, and it tastes like $1 million. I always wondered why they called it $1 million pie, because it tastes like $1 million.
It tastes like $1 million. There you go.
Tastes
Well,
like $1
I'm
million.
going to admit this. I don't think I've ever had $1 million pie.
Really?
Really?
I don't think so.
It has been a long time since I had. I got to say, I probably was a kid.
Okay.
So I mean, that's been a
I could have
really
maybe
long
when I
time.
was younger, but I don't remember.
My niece told me, she said her mom used to make this a lot, and she says, "Are you leaving one for the house, Auntie? Is this all going to the station?" And I did make one for the house. So once you finish with this and you got everything mixed together, don't move, stop moving.
It's got a mind of its own right there.
I know.
Right, you're gonna have your, like I said, you can make a graham cracker crust or you can buy one. I prefer to buy them because
Okay.
that's less work. And I see you want to just take those off and.
I mean, if you don't, are you done with them?
I'm done with them.
Okay, well then, hey, thank you.
You're gonna fold in basically everything you're gonna do. You're gonna make sure it's all mixed together real well. Okay. Like I said, I was telling somebody said this is so easy to make. Stick it in there.
You can make this.
I can.
You can make this.
Literally, you can.
And actually, with these now, now it's really just like Mom used to make. 'Cause I always got these when I was a
Really?
kid.
Aw.
Oh, well, this is really good.
And this is probably something fun with the kids too.
It is. It's. I mean, a half a cup of pecans, an 8-ounce can of pineapple, crushed pineapple. You want to drain that,
Right.
of course, and then 2 of your 8-ounce containers of whipped cream, or you can get the big 16-ounce one.
Right.
And then you're just going to stick these in the refrigerator, let them chill for a couple hours. Then, a couple hours later, you'll have pie. And we're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to
Sounds
show
good.
you.
And lemon juice as well.
And lemon juice, yes, half a cup of lemon juice. Mix
So
it
you
all
just put
together.
all that in there,
Put all that in there.
and then again through the power.
Magic of TV.
Yes, magic of TV. I'll trade the that for that.
Ooh, yay. Okay. Of
course he will.
So I know we're gonna try some of
With cherries on top. Everybody.
Yes, and you can garnish it with maraschino cherries. I've got extra pineapples on here because I really like pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
And some pecans on top.
Looks delicious.
It looks so
Seas gathering.
yummy.
I've got the utensils.
We don't need big plates. We just need small
We've
plates.
got the plates.
Clearly, we weren't ready to eat. What's up with that?
Right, that's okay.
I'm always ready to eat. You can eat with your hands. We got time. We got time for this. Too. So, how was your New Year's while we're getting this prepped? How was your holiday?
It was absolutely marvelous. My daughter got to come home for Christmas.
Very good.
So she's been in Korea for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
And she got to come home. So we got to visit with her. And of course, always having family around is great. And so she got to be loved on a little bit and take home some. She left New Year's Eve. So she got to take home some stuff that she wanted to get from America, like ibuprofen.
And $1 million pie.
And $1 million pie.
Yeah.
She got to eat all the good stuff.
And you've also been, you've been busy over the holidays too.
Yes.
With Little Mamas, right?
Very busy, very busy. So we always have our, in fact, today, New Year's Day, we will have our annual dessert bar. So we have a drop-in dessert bar. Just come by the house. We have about 6, this is one of them, about 6 or 7 desserts on our bar, and you just come in anytime. Yes, you're invited.
Okay.
You come in anytime and drop by and get some.
You know,
This is really good.
we always dance when the food is good, right? So,
That is really good. Let's ask you our social question. What is
Okay.
your New Year resolution or a goal?
Whew. Goal is to be more present with family this year. I mean, we were all busy and doing
Yeah.
a lot of things, so now it's just kind of, be a little bit more present with family, take some more time off.
Very
Vacation.
good. Yeah, good one, too.
We apologize.
Katrina's emotional support husband is just behind the camera. Hey, emotional support husband.
Yeah, he comes with me everywhere. He's,
Okay.
we don't get discounts for him, but
Well, hey, it's a new year. There's,
Yeah, they might.
anything's possible, right?
Thank you as always.
Oh, no
okay, if people
problem.
want more information, where can they go? So
they
you
can
about
go
your
to
pop-up?
littlemamasweets.com if you want to know how to make this. It's going to be in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/KCAT Nation. And follow us on social media. You'll find out where we're going to be next.
Okay,
Thank you, dear.
sounds good.
Happy New Year.
Thanks, ma'am.
Happy New Year.
Yes, we appreciate you. All right, the fun doesn't end here. Coming up, since we've had dessert, time to work it off in just a bit once I finish this. We're talking with our friend, fitness expert Jay Moore, about sticking to those New Year's fitness resolutions. That's next. It's a new year, and a lot of people are trying to become a new them. Well, what better way to get off your butts and start working towards that person you want to be? And we're happy to have our good friend, personal trainer and fitness expert Jay Moore with us this morning with some great tips to get moving.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, friend.
Year.
Yes, nice to see you. Okay, so it's a new year where people tend to pick back up in the gym. Where do we start?
You just start. I think the first step is to set realistic goals. Oftentimes, the reason that we don't stick with our resolutions is we try to do too much too soon. We get disappointed and discouraged when we don't meet the high expectation that we may have set for ourselves. I think you should start small, set small, achievable and attainable goals, and that will just boost your confidence and give you that momentum just to keep continuing to strive to reach that big goal. And know that small steps equate the big goal that you're trying to reach. So.
And the momentum is also just connected to that motivation too. How do you stay motivated so you just don't slack off just a couple months into it?
Know that you're not always going to be motivated. I think that's the big thing. We always say you have to be motivated, but motivation dies out after a time. We're not motivated to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work out at 5 every morning, but that's when self-discipline kicks in. So you have to train your mind, train your body to discipline itself so that you can stay consistent. And know that motivation will eventually die out, but you have to be disciplined and consistent, and those things will equal the results.
And right now we're coming off the holidays, right? And of course this can be a stressful time heading into, this new year. We have a lot of goals, resolutions, things that we want to achieve for ourselves. What should we be doing to help lower our stress? Of course, we know fitness helps with that.
Fitness, moving. Just getting yourself up out of the house and not just being stagnant. When you sit down, everything kind of just weighs in heavy on you. When you get in the gym or when you get outside, you're out around people, you're in nature. That kind of distracts you from whatever it is that's weighing heavy on you at that time. Also, when you exercise, your body releases feel-good hormones, which are endorphins. So the more you exercise, the more it makes your body feel good. So,
nutrition obviously goes hand in hand with your fitness as well. Now, so if it's coming to nutrition, trying to find that meal plan that works for you. What are you looking for?
What works for you, something that you will be able to sustain. Oftentimes we try to do too much too soon. If you're eating fast food 7 days out of the week, it's going to be hard for you to say, okay, I'm just going to stop cold turkey. That's not sustainable. You have to set small, short-term, achievable goals. So instead of eating out 7 days a week, okay, we'll just do 5. Cook 2 days out of the week. When you eat at fast food restaurants, try to go for the more healthy option and make sure that you're consulting your doctor, because if you have pre-existing conditions, you want to make sure that you're eating for your specific body type, for your body and for whatever condition that you may have going on. So you always want to make sure that you consult with your physician before you just jump, and you may be doing something that's counterproductive from what you really need to do.
I'm sorry, but I'm not cutting out that $1 million pie. It's still
all in moderation.
All in moderation. All in moderation.
That's what you always tell us, Jay. Another thing I want to touch on is accountability. Sometimes having that person like that accountability partner, how important is that?
It's very important, but make sure that you have someone that's going to hold you accountable. Sometimes we're surrounded by yes men. I just really don't feel like going out today. Have a person that's an accountability partner that's going to say, well, no, you said that you were going to work out or you were going to go walk 3 days a week. This is the 3rd day. You need to get up, go walk, even if it's 5 minutes. Have somebody that's going to hold you truly accountable. It's no need to have somebody around you that is just going to say, oh, okay, well, we can do it tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you really have somebody that's also self-disciplined, that's going to say, no, we need to get up and go. You said you were going to do it. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to hold you to that.
And sometimes if you don't have a partner, maybe you'll work with a personal trainer. So let's talk about the benefits of working with a personal trainer.
When you invest in yourself, when you invest money, you're more likely to follow through. Having a personal trainer, that's our job, is to motivate you, is to hold you accountable, is to push you when you think you just can't do it, because oftentimes you can. I have a lot of clients that say, well, I go and I work out at the gym, and then when they come to me, they're like, oh man, I thought I was doing something at the gym. But you know, when we feel that first little twinge, or it was like, whoo, you know, I really broke a sweat, or, you know, we start breathing heavy, we think we've done something, but you really always have a little bit more to give. And that's the benefit of working with a personal trainer. You know, we sit back, we see what your personality is, we know how far to push you, we know when to back away, and oftentimes you have more to give, and we're gonna get it out of you so you can get your money's worth.
Zana knows what Jay's talking about.
She said, you have more to give. No, she said, I have more to tell you what you're going to give me, and I'm going to watch you and make sure you do it, is what she means by that. No, but that is true, and I've told Jay this before. I was going to the gym by myself, but I didn't know what I wanted to work out or really my goals. But when you sit and you talk to someone and you say, hey, this is my goal, this is what I want to work on, you help come up with the plan so that you follow that. So I do appreciate Jay for that. And one more thing, we have time for one more question. Speaking of goals, a lot of people, when it comes to their health, they want to stop smoking or maybe cut back on drinking. Is it best to do that just cold turkey?
Oftentimes, you're not going to stick with it if you just do it cold turkey. Like I said, everything in moderation. Cut back. Start cutting back first. Get your body used to, okay, well, we're not going to smoke a pack. You know, we're not going to smoke 3-4 cigarettes, or however many you smoke. We're not going to have 3 glasses of wine before bed. We may have 1 glass of wine before bed. We may have 1 glass of wine today, skip tomorrow. You have to get your body used to that, because if you just shock your body all at once, when you do have those stressors, oftentimes you're going to revert back to those old habits, and you're just going to fall back into the same cycle. So you want to make sure, you know, that you give yourself grace, and allow yourself to have those failures and those setbacks, but get back up on the wagon and just, you know, try again.
All right, good words, especially kicking off for the new year. Yeah. Jay Moore, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
JayMooreFitness.com, more information if you're looking at that personal training possibility. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, well, we hope you've enjoyed our first show of the year. We still have more to come as we check your answers to what resolutions you might have. Morning Mix will be right back.
One Chihuahua had the adventure of a lifetime when he got loose on a busy highway in New York, but he did not quiero being rescued.
But some good-hearted motorists made sure he made it to safety. Jenny Mose has the story.
That's no high-occupancy vehicle racing alongside the HOV lane. That's a Chihuahua. This Chihuahua, named Bean, had drivers jumping on the Staten Island Expressway.
That dog never tired.
He was so fast, it was ridiculous.
Caitlin McGinley was one of about 20 motorists who did everything from stopping and getting out to try to catch Bean to forming a blockade to protect him. But even good Samaritans had bad moments.
No. The most heart-stopping moment for me was when the dog went underneath my car. I thought I killed it.
But Bean reappeared on the other side of her car, crossing 4 lanes of traffic. Katie stopped and tried to grab him. Come here! But he whipped past.
Another thing that I was thinking in my head was, what is insurance gonna say? If my car gets hit, if all these cars get hit, we tell them that a Chihuahua was on the highway.
Finally, Ella Wajda's husband dropped her off, and she chased the Chihuahua for about half a mile.
Did that not seem a little bit dangerous?
It was dangerous at the beginning.
But a blockade formed to protect Ella's lane. They managed to corral Bean under Caitlin's vehicle. He wasn't exactly grateful.
Little nippy, yeah, he almost bit me, but that's okay.
They used a jacket to scoop him up and put him in a bag. In no time, Bean was recognized in a lost dog Facebook post and reunited with his owner an hour after the chase. Now, the famous Bean has his own Instagram. It turns out Ella the runner recently ran in the New York City Marathon.
What place did you come in?
Oh, it was like 26,000.
But she took first place in the Chihuahua chase. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
That dog's first name is Lucky.
Yes, say that again. Okay, as
That
a dog
dog's first
parent,
name is Lucky.
I'm having a heart attack watching this. I can never imagine.
No, that would
But
make
I
your
will
heart
say,
stop.
you do anything sometimes for your dog because they're like your little babies. So if I'm chasing my dog on a highway, I'm probably getting hit before my dog will. Let's just say that.
Put that boy in the New York City Marathon. Okay.
I can't believe he will. Thank you to those lovely
Absolutely.
women that got out and
Thankfully, nobody got hit on
everyone
that thing.
started saving that chihuahua.
All right, let's wrap up here our first show of the year with answers to our social question. Any New Year's resolutions for 24? What are you wanting to do? Let's check out some of the answers that we have here. Hey, Jim, a top fan and a top viewer. Think of better and more comical answers for social question. Okay. Seriously, increase my faith in God and others. Very nice.
Okay, love it. John, none. I resolved years ago to not make any more resolutions. That's the only one I ever kept.
Okay, that's a resolution, John. Good for you. Paula, better choices to get closer with my children and grandchildren. Very nice.
Okay, Dominic, I made a resolution to drink more water. So far, I've only gotten as far as drink more.
Oh, Dom. Oh, Dom. Connie, as of now, I have no resolutions. Hey, never too late.
Okay, BT here, just go with the flow and don't prepare, just do it.
All right, take it off there. Okay. Yeah. Plenty more resolutions there. Add yours, and we'd love to see them.
That's right. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with this quote. This one says, every time you tear a leaf off of a calendar, you present a new place for new ideas and progress. Charles Kettering said that.
Very, very nice. Especially good for a New Year's show. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year's to you. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to spend the rest of 2024 with you.
That's right. We'll see you tomorrow.